With a population of 332, welcome to Blanca, Colorado, and Sierra Grande. Brock Brown here, and welcome to your Cummings Trucking LLC pregame show. JV match here, Colorado's only undefeated team in Sierra Grande versus back in the 1A carousel after a 20-plus year hiatus, the Branson Bearcats. With the Bearcats coming off a 16-7 loss versus La Vida and a 19-4 loss versus Antonito. Keep an eye out on second-year player Mason Riddle, leads the team in most categories offensively and defensively, batting a nice .500 batting average. Now on the other side, skipper Brandon Mizukami is finding as good as you can get here for a start here in your season. They are 5-0 in varsity standards and first in 1A baseball. Sierra Grande players, they also like to swipe bags. They're a very good fielding percentage team, fielding the ball 100% the last two contests. Now look for the younger ball players here today for Sierra Grande, with it being a JV matchup. We'll see if they use Mizukami or Ontiveros, very good varsity studs they have. But the younger guy I really like to look as Rolando Najura can be a guy to keep tabs on. The sophomore already, .520 batting average in 17 games in the second-year player's career. That's a wrap for the Cummings Trucking LLC pregame show. First pitch coming up next from Sierra Grande.
LARCC Trucking is the place to call if you have something to haul. A family-owned trucking business since 2021, LARCC is named after the owner's children, their motivation to create a successful future. LARCC is ready to help you haul your hay, cattle, gravel, or equipment anywhere in southwestern United States. LARCC also buys and sells hay. Give them a call today at 970-274-0826 and get ready to haul.
First pitch coming up in about 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back and hit some more ads. Thank you.
Saddle Rock Sports Network is a student-powered broadcasting company that was started this fall.
Over the last 2 months, our student-produced broadcasts have gotten over 20,000 views.
Over 20,000 views.
Over 20,000 views.
Over 20,000 views.
In January and February, we will be broadcasting 41 games for the high school and junior high Kim Branson Mustang basketball teams.
With that being said, would you like to put your ad in one of our live videos?
Your ad will also be permanently on the game videos, which live on YouTube forever.
Forever.
For forever.
And will be seen over and over again as the game is shared with fans and re-watched by players, coaches, and families.
We have ad packages based on sponsoring all the games in a given week, or sponsoring a specific team or teams.
Weekly ad packages start at 1 week, between 8 and 12 games, for $200 and go up to all 41 games for $800.
Team-based sponsorships are similarly priced.
Each package includes your logo on screen during gameplay and a commercial that gets aired during timeouts and halftimes of your sponsored games.
Another way Saddle Rock Sports Network is helping schools is that they give 20% of ad revenue back to a school group of your choice.
Whether that be, for example, the senior class, junior class, FFA, theater, whatever you want.
To reserve your sponsorship, click on the link to the order form in this post, or you can visit SaddleRockSolutions.com.
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 SaddleRockSolutions.com for more information.
And into the classroom and our daily lives. Once again, welcome to Sierra Grande High School, home of the Panthers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ball game here. About to have first pitch and starting lineups and the national anthem here from Sierra Grande, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to get starting lineups here.
Kobe Mizukami.
Brought to you from the PA announcer here from Sierra Grande.
Rolando Nahara. Number 2, Derek Martinez. Number 10, Jaden Martinez. Number 7, Luis Roybal. Number 25, Garrick Pettigrew. Number 35, Carlos Lopez.
As we get the starting lineups here for Sierra Grande, if you see those boxes there, that 9-grid box thing there on your screen, something wrong with the settings there. We're about to have the outfield cam brought to you by Wesley Hunter there, deep into center field, coming up once that gets all set up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like for Sierra Grande, the starting pitcher on the bump here today is going to be the senior Brian Ontiveros. On the football field, averaged 42.9 receiving yards per game. Has not had any pitching appearances here in varsity action. All right, this will be the last warm-up pitch, and then we're going to have baseball here from Sierra Grande, ladies and gentlemen. Joined us here from Sierra Grande, Brock Brunelli here on the call. First batter here for the Bearcats is going to be Liam Doherty. He's a sophomore. Doherty in the last contest, he had a .333 batting average here so far on the year. Brian Ontiveros is getting the starting nod here from the bump here in the first pitch here from Sierra Grande. Strike right down the pipe there from Ontiveros to make it an 0-1 count to get a start here from Sierra Grande. Ontiveros sees the sign. That's going to be another strike there over the right side of the plate to make it an 0-2 count to get a start here early. Top of one, first batter of the game here from Sierra Grande, Liam Doherty at bat, the sophomore. Ontiveros slings it inside and gets Doherty sitting there for the first out of the ball game. Be a backwards K on the back there of Ontiveros' baseball card to get us started. Up next here for the Bearcats is going to be the freshman Cooper Winter. Batting in the 2-hole there against Sierra Grande and today, and then for Antonito and La Vida in last week's contest. Winner on the year, 5 plate appearances, 3 drawn walks, 2 versus Antonito and 1 versus La Vida. High that time with the high cheddar there from Ontiveros, first ball of the ball game. 1-0 count here for Winner. Ontiveros the 1-0. Slings it high and hits Winner with a pitch, and Winner's going to take a base there. Winner has very good plate discipline for only being a freshman. Obviously drawn 3 walks last week in the 2 contests. Or that pitch there that time as he got plunked. Up next is going to be Blake O'Gean. Expect him to be the starting catcher here. He's in the 3-hole today for the Bearcats. Ontiveros trying to get Winner, caught lacking that time. Winner's going to stay at first. One out in the top of the first here for Ontiveros and the Sierra Grande Panthers. Oh, count here working for O'Gean, the catcher. That's going to be a strike high right across the plate there that time for O'Gean. O'Gean now working on an 0-1 count. Obviously, Ontiveros sat the first batter, plunked Winner on the second time. Ontiveros with the windup. That's going to be a swing there for O'Gean. 0-2 count now for Ontiveros. Can try to make it 2 strikeouts here early in the top of the first. 7-inning ball game here today. It'll be in Sierra Grande. Last week we had 2 5-inning doubleheaders there in that triple header between 3 different teams around southeastern Colorado. 0-2 count, 1 out here for O'Gean. Sophomore transferring over from Honey. And that's going to be a strike 3, and are they going to tag Winner? They're not. He's going to stay safe there at first base. And a strikeout there for Ontiveros. He has 2. 2 outs in the ball game, 2 of them coming courtesy of strikeouts for the senior. Up next, a senior of his own. That's going to be Owen Doherty batting in the cleanup spot. Owen Doherty is 0 batting average and 5 plate appearances on the year. Last game versus Antonita, 0 for 2 with the 6-3 fielder's choice and a strikeout. And that's a rip there into the alley there for Doherty. Dribbled by the left fielder, and here comes Winner to wrap around home. And Doherty's going to go just like that into cruise control in the second base to make it a 1 RBI double. One to 0 now is your score. The southpaw now, Mason Riddle, the sophomore. Runner on second, that's Owen Doherty. Nice eye there from Riddle. He's going to take a 1-0 count here early. 1-0 your score. Hometown Bearcats here on the SRSN up 1. Ontiveros in the full windup. Doherty on second. They're going to say that Riddle got plunked that time on the left shoulder blade. He's going to take a base, and now Tate Baker's going to find himself with ducks on the pond on first and second. Baker, a freshman in the Hank Aaron 44 jersey. He's going to take a nice cut that time and a strike to make it an 0-1 count. Bearcats trying to not leave runners stranded here. Baker can find himself here bringing in 2 runs, possibly 3. Baker's going to take a hack that time to make it an 0-2. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2's all over here for Tate Baker, the freshman. Back-to-back lefties in the lineup, 4 for 5 here for the Bearcats. Baker takes it. Bearcats trying to steal. Riddle's got to try to come back to first. And the base umpire going to say safe. Might have been a little miscommunications there with the third base coach, Chet Adams, and the runners there that time. Riddle was going in like a runaway freight train to second base. 1-2 count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for the freshman, Tate Baker. Ontiveros looks at second base and the windup. And he's going to get Baker sitting. That's the end of the top of the first. We're heading to the bottom of the first. 1-0, Bearcats up. Getting the starting nod here today for the Branson Bearcats. It's the opening day starter, Mason Riddle, the ace. He's a sophomore in the 10 jersey. Riddle on the season, 0-1 in the win-loss column. 3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 10 runs allowed, 0 walks last outing, and 4 strikeouts. Now Riddle finds himself starting 66% of the games here for the first 3 games of the year for the Bearcats. Thought Riddle had a pretty good outing, honestly, last time versus La Vida. I mean, gave up 0 walks. Runs got a little shaky, but Riddle can redeem himself here today versus this very talented Sierra Grande Panther squad. They all are sponsors here sponsoring today's game. Without any of you guys know this would be possible. Sierra Grande take their bats now for the first time today. For the Bearcats, it looks like the man behind the diamond's going to be Blake O'Gean. The man on the hot corner, Tate Baker. Will Doherty making his first appearance of the year at short. At second, it's going to be Liam Doherty, it looks like. And then at first base is going to be the freshman, Cooper Winter. Deep in right field, it's going to be Jonah Mendez. Center field, it looks like it's going to be the talented athlete in Brock Doherty. And then deep in left field, it's going to be Owen Doherty, who just came off that 1 RBI double in the top of the first. And we're heading into the bottom of the first here. Brian Ontiveros going to be the first man Riddle sees here today. Ontiveros obviously got the nod at pitching. Ontiveros, 647 batting average, 20th in Colorado in all the ranks in batting average and 18th in on-base percentage. Nice strike slung inside there that time by the sophomore. Reaches across the diamond for Riddle to get started here with an 0-1 count here as the Bearcats start defensively. Ontiveros, a talented wide receiver for the Sierra Grande Panthers, and that's going to reach into the left deep center field, and Brock Doherty saves it to make it a single there for Ontiveros to get us started. Up next is going to be Kobe Mizukami. Mizukami, 667 batting average, had a hit in that 10-6 win over Sargent. 582 career batting average. And here comes a runner. Slide inside, that's going to be a stolen base there for Ontiveros to get us started. The Sierra Grande team, 92 stolen bases. They average 18.4 a game in varsity. They are first in the state at 5-0. Also very clean defensively, a 948 fielding percentage and average 15.8 runs per game offensively. Ontiveros on second. That's going to rip and go right behind me there and bounce onto the football field. 0-1 count here for Riddle. Like what I'm seeing so far from Riddle, he's thrown some heat here so far today here from Sierra Grande. That's going to go high. They're going to be ducked there by Mizukami. Let's go to the outfield cam there. That's going to be Wesley Hunter, a Branson senior, deep there in center field. On the main cam is Mackenzie Riddle. And on the call is yours truly, Brock Bernelli. Bounce little dribble there, going to go up in the sky, go over the head there of Liam Doherty. It's going to find an alley there deep into right field. And here comes a runner to make it 1-1, and Ontiveros is going to get on the board. RBI single now there for Mizukami.
Up to bat, number 14, Rolando Nahara.
Rolando Nahara here Had 10 tackles in football, 533 batting average, and 20 plate appearances on the varsity side. 1-1's the score. Mizukami finds himself after an RBI single on first. Mizukami got the sign to steal there that time, but Riddle keeping him honest there. Like what I'm seeing from this Bearcats team. Being aggressive, keeping teams honest, and try to cut down those stolen bases against them. Here comes Riddle in the full windup, and here comes a runner. O'Gean's going to try to get him. Slings it inside. That's going to be ballable, and Mizukami's going to get a stolen base. Two batters up for the Panthers. 2 stolen bases here early. Ahura finds himself now in a 1-0 count against Riddle. And here comes a runner. Here comes Mizukami. O'Gean's going to try to gun him down. Slings Tate Baker. Bobble into the outfield. And here comes Mizukami to get the Panthers in the lead. It's going to be 2-1 Panthers. 2-1 now to the hometown team, the Sierra Grande Panthers. Panthers have found themselves in good scoring position off of some errors and stolen bases here early. No runners on base, 2-0 count now for Nahura. The pitch, high and inside there for Riddle. Riddle to make it a 2-1 count for the sophomore. Riddle on the hitting side of things, 4 at-bats, 2 for 4, 5 RBIs. First on the team in strikeouts pitching and RBIs offensively. Bounces on the diamond there, eats some dirt that time to make it a 31 count. .31 count here for the 3-hole hitter Nahura. Riddle's going to sling it, and it goes right at the belt line there for Nahura and going to be a walk. Up next for the Panthers going to be a senior, Derek Martinez. He's the cleanup hitter here today from Blanca, Colorado. Martinez, .429 batting average. Actually the only player on the team with a home run on the year. He has 1. And here comes a runner. Nahura's going to try to swipe a bag. O'Gean slings it inside. Doherty saves it. That's going to be another stolen base. Narahara there swiping a bag off the Bearcats. Here comes Riddle. Bounces there. And that's going to be another ball here for the Bearcats. 1-1 count here for Riddle, the sophomore. We'll not have a full rotation of hitters today. It'll be 1 through 9. And then we'll be back to the top of the lineup here today rather than the typical 1 through 12 we had over there in Antonito and La Vida last week. Bearcats obviously got some other hitters to display. I believe Cowboy Davis, Okoya Bartlett, and Cade Brown are the ones coming off the bench, off the rotations here for the Bearcats here today from Blanca. Riddle with a 22 count, working himself out of a 1-1 count just 2 pitches ago, and there's going to be a runner. That's going to go right on the football field there again. That's going to be a strike. 2-2 count, though, still. Expect the Panthers to steal a base here, especially with a 2-strike count. Bearcats trying to muster it out here with the cleanup hitter. Martinez up. There's going to be a runner. Slings and goes over to the left-hand batter's box, and that's going to be a 32 count. Full count now for the Panthers. Martinez trying to draw a walk here. This could be huge here for the Bearcats if Riddle could get a strikeout. 32 count. Full windup in the payoff pitch for Riddle. That's going to go up. Fans better watch their heads. That's going to bounce right on top of the concession stands, ladies and gentlemen. 32 count here. 0 outs here for the Bearcats. Got a runner on third. Riddle's going to find himself in another payoff pitch. Riddle sees the sign there for O'Geen and bounces, and that's going to be a walk. So through that all, Martinez gets the Panthers with runners on both corners now. With number 10, Jane Martinez, the sophomore, up next. Martinez, a sophomore, 500 batting average in 5 games. There's going to be runner to second. That's going to be a ball there for Riddle to make it a 10 count for number 10. One to two's your score. 0 outs displayed from the Bearcats. Be a 2-0 count now for Riddle. Thank y'all for tuning in here on the SRSN here today. If you guys haven't liked and subscribed to this video, please feel free to do so right now. Truly appreciate you guys tuning in here on some late morning baseball action. Riddle with the 2-0. He's going to find himself with a strike now in a 21 count. I've honestly liked what I've seen so far from Riddle. I honestly like this outing a lot more so far than even the Levita outing. I mean, he's finding strikes. He's working deep into pitch counts. Cleans up some hits off of some teams. Riddle can find himself right back in this game, and just like that, finds him in a 22 count. Here comes Riddle trying to get the first out of the day here for this orange and black Bearcat squad. Riddle's going to sling it there and get Martinez swinging a strikeout there for number 10, Mason Riddle. Up next, it's going to be Luis Roybal. He's a freshman for this Panther squad. So after surrendering 2 runs early, the Bearcats now find themselves with 1 out and runners on second and third. Riddle's going to sling it there, reach right across the plate, and going to be a ball. One 0 count, 1 out for Riddle. Got runners on second and third. Riddle trying to get out of this slump and leave him stranded. And a nice strike there, sweeping across the plate there for Riddle to make it an 11 count. As we go back to Riddle, 3 innings pitch in the last contest. Gave up 5 hits, 10 runs, 0 walks, and 4 strikeouts. That's going to be the high cheddar there for Riddle now to make it a 12 count. Now, I've liked what I've seen so far from Riddle. I mean, I said, he gave up 2 runs early, but he fought back. He's working deep. A lot of 2-strike counts deep on that scoreboard for Riddle. He's doing a fine job. And Royball's going to rip that there. That's going to be deep to Jonah Mendez, and that's going to be fair. Runners wrap around. Here comes Luis Roybal. Ball still in the outfield. Doherty goes deep into right field. And is Roybal going to get inside the park? Home run, he does.
Inside the park, home run.
A 3-run home run for the freshman Luis Roybal. 5-1's your score with 2 outs.
Up to bat, Garrett Pettigrew.
Up next is Garrett Pettigrew. And Luis Roybal woke up and started the game just right with the 3-run inside the park home run. Here comes Riddle. Grazes right across the plate and a strike. 5-1 the score. Panthers up 4. Oh, 1 count for Riddle, and he's going to get Pettigrew swinging there that time. Pettigrew, a .333 batting average. Also gets it done swiping bags. He has 6 swiped bags this year. 0-2 count with 1 out, no runners on. That's going to be a foul ball there. And another one onto the football field. That's going to be number 3 of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like the Panthers are ready for the fall here. Slinging that baseball into the football field. 0-2 count, 1 out here for Pettigrew. No runners on. Here comes Riddle. And Riddle's going to get Pettigrew swinging. 2 strikeouts now for Mason Riddle, the sophomore.
2 outs. Nice pitch by Riddle. Up to bat. Yep. Carlos Lopez.
Up next is going to be the sophomore, number 35, Carlos Lopez. Swinging right at that Mendoza line at 209 plate appearances. That's going to be a foul ball and going to be an 0-1 count here early for Mason Riddle. Here comes Riddle to sling it inside. A little dribbler and a strike there for Carlos Lopez. Oh, 2 count, 2 strikes here for Riddle. This would be a good time to get off the mound here for the Bearcats. You're feeling really good going into the top of the second with a strikeout here. That's going to be bounced there outside of the left-handed batting box. 1-2 count, my apologies. Here comes Riddle to sling it. That's going to be a scorcher again on the football field. Hits the field goal post. 1-2 count, 2 strikes here now for Carlos Lopez. Looks like Blue ran out of baseballs that time. Skip Mazakami throws one to him, and we're back in the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. 1-2 count, 2 outs here for the Panthers. Riddle trying to do just what Ontiveros did and have 3 strikeouts in the first inning. Riddle slings in a scorcher right over the head of Cooper Winter. That's going to hit into right field into Jonah Mendez in a single there for Carlos Lopez. So far now for Riddle, he's allowed 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 runs, and 2 strikeouts. Giovanni Jaquez, the man in the 9-hole. He's the starting first baseman. He's got 4 stolen bases on the year for the Panthers. Here comes Jaquez here. 1-0 count for Riddle, runner on first. And Jaquez is going to be a worm burner deep into left field to the senior Owen Doherty. Doherty loses it. He's going to hit this cutoff man there to Will Doherty. I'll call that an E7 there that time for Owen Doherty. Going back to the top of the lineup now. Runners on first and second. Ontiveros back up against today's starting pitchers. I expect the Panthers to get the green light to steal here on out here with 2 outs. Full windup, runners on first and second. Ontiveros, that's going to be high there that time. Looked very good right from here by Riddle. They're still going to call it a 1-0 count. Back to the top of the lineup here for Ontiveros. Had a single last time up. That's going to be a foul ball off the tip there. Right in the sweet spot there for Ontiveros to make it a strike there for Mason Riddle, the sophomore. Might see Mason Riddle on some of the SRSN broadcasts helping out in the basketball season. As well as Blake O'Gean helping out there in district. Runners go, and O'Gean's going to sling it to Baker, the tag. And that looked really good. They're going to call him safe. And that's the best look the Bearcats have gotten here so far, in my opinion, today. Off of the stolen base. O'Gean slung it right inside for Baker to tag it. Just came a little late there from O'Gean. Nice technique there by the freshman, Tate Baker, at the hot corner. Here comes Riddle on the 2-3, 21 count, going to sling it. Hits right at the belt line for the lefty, Ontiveros. 31 count with 2 outs here for Ontiveros. And Riddle's going to sling it, and that's going to be a little dribbler there. Baker grabs it, throws it winner, and Ontiveros beats it out. It's going to be another single. Kobe Mizukami up next here for the Panthers. Last at bat had an RBI single. 6-1's your score. Ontiveros finds himself on first base. Obviously, Riddle led up 10 runs versus Levita has led up 6 now in the first inning. And Riddle's going to try to pick him off. Tries to get Ontiveros sleeping that time, but Ontiveros is going to scoot right in back into first base. Riddle elects not to throw it to the freshman winner. Runners on first and a runner on the hot corner. That's Jaquez. I expect them to steal, and they're going to send a run here. Here comes Ontiveros. O'Gean's going to think about it. He's going to have Ontiveros sliding in into cruise control into second base. Well, that's the 7th or 8th stolen base here so far for the Panthers. Bearcats, though, being a lot more aggressive, keeping runners honest. I like what I'm seeing from both sides here so far. 1-0 count, 2 strike, 2 outs. That's going to be a dribbler, and if it stays fair, it's going to be a little ground out there off the fielder's choice from the first baseman, Cooper Winter. We're heading to the top of the second. 6-1 your score. Hometown Panthers up here from Sierra Grande. Up next for the Bearcats, going to get his first action offensively this year is Mr. Brock Doherty. Brock Doherty, a very talented athlete. Bearcats happy to have him back in the lineup. And Doherty's going to rip it there off the shift. Here comes Doherty with blazing speed. And he's going to come in like a runaway freight train sliding into second base. And as good as you could get there for a start on the year for Brock Doherty. Up next is the younger brother of Brock Doherty, Will Doherty. Will Doherty also getting his first action this year. Akoya Bartlett, Will Doherty, and Akoya, Will and Brock were all out last week doing track. And that's going to be a single as the younger Will Doherty brings in Brock Doherty, and they have a good start to their 2024 season campaign. They went from the track field to the baseball field with blazing speed there that time, Brock and Will Doherty. Up next is going to be another senior here, number 40, Jonah Mendez. Be a ball there for Mendez. Will Doherty's going to stay at first. Mendez, 5 plate appearances, 4 at bats, 0 for 4, got on base via a hit by pitch in the top of the second versus the La Vida pitcher, Logan Cortez. And Will Doherty goes in with the stolen base. Some new fortunes now in the top of the second for the Bearcats, doing exactly what the Panthers did in the bottom of the first, swiping bags and getting into great scoring position. I like what I'm doing if you want to run the table with the Sierra Grande Panthers. That's going to be high there for Jonah Mendez with the 12 count there for the 9-hole hitter. Jonah Mendez played 3 years of football for the Bearcats, 13 career tackles and 18 games played. 12 count, and Ontiveros is going to get Mendez sitting there for his 4th strikeout of the contest. Liam Doherty up next here, the sophomore. Back to the top of the lineup. Doherty struck out last time there. 3 pitches, 3 strikeouts. There for Ontiveros off of 3 Bearcat hitters, that being Tate Baker, Blake O'Gean, and Liam Doherty. Ontiveros going to sling it high, and here comes Will Doherty. And he's going to get caught out there that time to make it another out there. Will Doherty now on the year, 50% on stolen bases, 1 for 2. Both back off of that single there. Nice little tag there by the third baseman of the Panthers. That being number 10, Jaden Martinez. No runners on now, Liam Doherty. Sling inside, hits the left side of the right hand batter's box there for Doherty to make it a 21 count. Ontiveros 4 strikeouts with 5 outs. Trying to get a second strikeout against Liam Doherty. 22 count now. 2's all over, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That's going to be another foul ball.
Foul ball. You get them foul balls, turn them into the concessions. You get a bubblegum.
Remains a 2-2 count here for Ontiveros. Slings in a ball now. Ontiveros will find himself with a payoff pitch opportunity. Third base coach here today is going to be Chad Adams for the Bearcats. First base coach is going to be the skipper, Brad Doherty. Second year manager for the Bearcats. Sling inside, Ontiveros gets Doherty caught looking, and we're going to head back to the bottom of the second. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. 6-2 your score. Panthers find themselves up 4.
Second score 2-6 Panthers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 6-2 is your score. Mason Riddle still on the hill for the Bearcats. In the first inning for Riddle, gave up five hits, 6 runs. Most of that coming from a 3 RBI home run for Luis Roybal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Ball's in and coming down. 6-2 is your score. Derek Martinez up here for the Panthers. Actually, not her. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Nahura here had 10 tackles in football. Might see him there on the bump here later on today. 6.30 ERA. Last time out was April 9th. Went 2 1/3 with 3 strikeouts in a 21-12 win over Custer County. Oh, 2 count here for Nahura. Got on base via a double B last time. Nahura's going to rip it to the hot corner to Baker. Nahura with blazing speed and beats out the throw from Tate Baker, and going to be a single there for Nahura.
Number 2, Derek Martinez.
Now in the cleanup hole, Derek Martinez. Rolando Nahura on first. And here comes a runner. Blake O'Gean's going to try to get him. And Nahura beats it there by 5 seconds. 10 count, 6-2 is the score. Riddle working here for the Bearcats here in the bottom of the second. Riddle going to sling it in fast and high there that time for the Bearcats to make it a 20 count and 0 outs with a runner on second. Be a 30 count here, and it'll be interesting to see Being a 4-hole hitter, are they going to send Nahura to third base? I'd be alert if I'm the Branson Bearcats if they're going to send a runner here. 30 count. Now Martinez has 2 strikes to work with. Let's see if the first baseman coach gives him the green light to swing or not. And they're going to send that runner just like I said, and that's going to be a strike. And Nahura comes in sliding to third base. So he stopped Martinez there with the red light, but told Nahura the green light from the third baseman coach, and he stole to go all the way to third base here. Runner on the hot corner, 31 count with 0 outs. Full windup from Riddle. And that's going to be a deep ball if it stays fair. That's going to be a foul ball there. It goes deep into the warning track there to the 300 sign. If Martinez kept that right, that ball might have been gone. 32 count now, but Riddle working in a deep count now. Can try to get Martinez with a strikeout here. Martinez got on base last time via a walk from Riddle. And that's going to be high to the left side there. That's going to be another walk. So for Martinez, it's going to be considered in the scoring book so far. 0 at bats, but 2 plate appearances. He's got on base via walks both times. Up next, Jane Martinez, runners on both corners. I expect them to send them, and they're going to. That's going to be a strike there, slung inside by Riddle. Bearcats elected not to use a second baseman or shortstop to cover that stolen base there that time. Full windup, 0 outs. Going to be high there that time. From here, looked like a strike from Riddle, but nonetheless, they're going to actually still call it a strike to make it a 1-1 count. 1-1 count here for the sophomore Riddle. 6-2 is your score. And a nice little strike there, swept down the middle and goes to the right, and another strike for Riddle. 1-2 count. Sitting inside in a ball. Bearcats almost back to a full-strength roster without the senior Cole Hoffmeister today. You know, it might have been a very good game for Cole Hoffmeister to come to, because last time he played the Panthers, it was in football. Had that pass deflection breakup in Branson to seal the game for the Bearcats. Goes over the head there of Doherty. That's going to bring 1 home, possibly 2, and it brings 2 indeed. Jaden Martinez, a 2 RBI double off of Riddle. And the man of the hour up next is going to be Luis Roybal, the freshman. Had an inside the Parker last time up. That brought in 3 runs for the 6-hole hitter. 8-2, Bearcats down 6. That's going to be high there that time. I'd expect the Panthers to send a runner here. Bearcats got to stay alert here. 1-0 count. Panthers fans wanted a balk there that time. Ain't going to get it. 8-2 is the score. Panthers up 6 here. That's going to be a strike slung inside there, low and left for Riddle. 1-1 count, 0 outs here for Riddle. Riddle sees the sign from O'Geen and sends it high with the high cheddar and loses his hat there. 21 count, 8-2 the score. Riddle the pitch. They're going to send a runner. And here comes Martinez. A stand-up stolen base there. Expected that coming from the Panthers. Saw the sweep sign, the undercut sweep sign from the third base coach as the runner was going to third. Roy Ball almost, they're going to say he got plunked there. Roy Ball wearing it off of the backside of that 7 jersey and now finds runners on both corners. Skipper Brad Doherty going to call time here and talk to his pitcher. So far in the ball game here in the second inning, it's still only been 1 inning pitched for Riddle on the back of his baseball card. He's given up 6 hits and 3 walks and just surrendered a hit by pitch and has allowed 8 runs. Obviously, Riddle last time versus Levita went 3 innings in a 5-inning contest. Trying to get out of a blunder here with runners on both corners. Up next, nonetheless, though, is a guy that Riddle sat down last time, Garrick Pettigrew. Got him with a strikeout there last time to make it the second out of the inning last time in the first. So far in this inning, though, 2 hits given up by Riddle, a hit by pitch, and a walk here in the second. Bottom of the second, 8-2 your score. The Panthers pouncing on a 6-point lead, and here comes a runner.
Roy Ball still second.
Two ducks on the pond here for the Panthers. Runners on second and third. And Riddle slings in a strike. One count here for Riddle, trying to get an out here in the second. Slings it high there to make it a 2-1. Two-one count here. That's going to be a little dribbler, and that's going to be a foul ball. 22 count here for Riddle. Can use a strikeout here to make it the second against Pettigrew here today. Stick with us for the end of the ball game. We'll have the First National Bank post-game show report. Comments, reactions, scoring totals from today's ball game from Sierra Grande. 8-2 the score. Runners on second and third. And that's going to be a strikeout. And Riddle gets Pettigrew swinging for another strikeout of the day. So 2 plate appearances, 2 at-bats for Pettigrew. And Mason Riddle has sat him down both times. Up next, Carlos Lopez had a single last time in the first inning. The man up next would be Jaquez, and that's a little dribbler. They're going to call that fair.
Lopez scores 1. Up to bat.
And that was one I possibly might have seen Tate Baker maybe swiping it to swing it foul. Obviously, in baseball, if it's up to the base and the ball's still rolling right on that line, you can swing it to make it foul. Nonetheless, it found a little right turn there to make it a single there for Lopez. 9-2 now. Panthers up by the John Elway, number 7. And up next now is number 74, Jaquez for the Panthers. 9-2 the score, 1 out for Riddle. And they're going to send a runner. That's going to be a dribbler up. Can Blake O'Gean get it? Basket catch. And O'Gean's going to drop it there. Nonetheless, still a foul ball. O'Gean did a great job there of tracking the ball, just couldn't come up with it there. O'Gean had a pop fly out there against Antonito off of the 4-hole hitter for Antonito, Rylan Trent. 9-2 the score. And Riddle's going to sling it there right at the nose there of Jaquez. 2-1 count here for the Bearcats and Mason Riddle. And a sweeping curve down and low there for Riddle, going to make it a 22 count. The good old Clayton Kershaw number with 1 out. .22 count with 1 out here for Riddle. This will be a ball there to make it a 32, and Riddle finds himself in another payoff pitch opportunity. 32 count here for Jaquez. Got on base last time via an E7 by the left fielder, Owen Doherty. Bearcats still going with the same fielding positions here in the second, and they're going to send a runner. O'Gean's going to sling it to Baker. Bounces right off the Bearcats lettering of Baker, and another stolen base.
2 outs for the Panthers. Brings up top of the order. Monteveros.
We're going to get Jaquez off of the payoff pitch, still with the strikeout. So Mason Riddle, obviously, from the hitters of 5 down to 9, he has thrown the ball to make it 4 strikeouts. And back to the top of the order here, Ontiveros. It's been 2 innings and now 3 at-bats for Ontiveros. So plate appearance. So let's see what Ontiveros can do to make that a plate appearance or an at-bat. 9-2 is the score, 2 outs here. 10 count for number 10. And Ontiveros is going to rip it there. That's going to hit the warning track. 1's going to come home. 2's going to come home. Hits the cutoff man. The ball's still live. Hits winner. And Ontiveros is going to have a 2 RBI triple.
Score for the Panthers. Up to bat. Go lead as a Cummings.
Skipper Brad Doherty going to call time here. Looks like Mason Riddle's day may be done.
Looks like we're going to have a change of pitchers for the Bearcats.
I'd expect them to use Liam Doherty or Cooper Winter here in this scenario. I'd like to see Liam Doherty, Cooper Winter, possibly Tate Baker worked into this game today to maybe be the long relievers for the Bearcats. But this time it's going to be Liam Doherty getting the call here, trying to get an out here in the second. New pitcher on the mound for the Bearcats, Liam Doherty. Liam Doherty obviously got the start versus Antonito in that doubleheader. Liam Doherty on the year, 0-1 in the win-loss column. Obviously just said start versus the Antonito Trojans. 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 9 runs, 6 walks, and 2 strikeouts for the sophomore Liam Doherty in his last outing. Riddle ended up today for his outing 1 2/3, 9 hits, surrendered 11 runs, 3 walks, and had 4 strikeouts. Now Liam Doherty finds himself in an 11-2 ball game with Mason Riddle on first, and that's going to be a dribbler there. 1 run comes home. Wrap around and going to be Mazakami RBI.
Up to bat, number 14. Nahara.
Nara is going to be up next here. 2 outs here for Liam Doherty coming in his first relieving appearance of the year. Doherty only a sophomore, and here comes a runner. That's going to be Mazakami. No, Gein's going to keep it there right in the glove to make it an 0-1 count.
Still.
0-1 count, 2 outs here for Liam Doherty. Here comes another runner. O'Gein's just going to hold it again there, and now there's a runner on the hot corner. 11 count now for number 11, Liam Doherty, the sophomore. 12-2 the score. That's going to be a dribbler there. It'll be a fair ball. Nahura's going to rip it to send Mazakami home. And Nahura goes all the way for a 1 RBI double.
Up to bat, Eric Martinez.
Derek Martinez up next here. 4-hole hitter. That's going to be a strike there. Nice little sweep there by Liam Doherty. You know, Liam Doherty, he may not throw the fastest, but he gets it across the plate, does a very good job. I think it could be potentially a very good pairing between Mason Riddle and Liam Doherty down the road of things once they hit their senior year of these being your 1-2 guys. But now in his sophomore year, Liam Doherty finds himself in the 11 count. And a rip into center field, that's going to hit Brock Doherty in another air there for the Bearcats. Brock Doherty sling inside, the tag winner, and gets him.
Nice play to get Martinez out at second. Run scores. For the out, bottom of 2, top of the third, 14-2 Panthers.
Ontiveros still on the mound here for the Panthers after the break. Just want to give a big shout out to all of today's sponsors here on the SRSN. Big shout out to LARCC of Honey, Rocky Mountain Turf Solutions of Pueblo, Willie's Furniture there over in their Trinidad location, Blue Rim Processing there over in Fowler, Colorado, Cummings Trucking LLC there, 719-680-7883 in Honey. New sponsor picked up there, First National Bank there over in Trinidad. And then wrapping it up, been with us from the start, the World Journal, serving 3 different counties there in 2 different states. See that little 9-grid square there? Sorry, apologies there. It's with the netting here from Sierra Grande. (14-2) is the score. Looks like skipper Brad Doherty going to go with a little switcheroo here. Cooper Winter out there in the 2-hole. And new batter getting his first high school appearances, the freshman Akoya Bartlett. On the football side of things, had 12 tackles on defense and special teams. Offensively, for the freshman, 7 rush attempts with 29 yards on 7 rush attempts. Bartlett in the Mark McGuire 25 here for the Bearcats. 14-2 is your score. Brian Ontiveros has been electric here so far. He has sat down 5 Bearcat hitters. Find ourselves in the top of the 3rd. Do a little recap if you're just joining us. It was 1-0 Branson after their at-bats. After Sierra Grande, they flipped the table to make it 6-1. And then obviously the Bearcats been only able to score 1 run in inning here so far, being 6-2. Sierra Grande scored 8 in the bottom of the 2nd there versus the sophomore duo of Mason Riddle and Liam Doherty to now make your score here in the present to make it 14-2. Sierra Grande to the top of the 3rd, and Ontiveros still on the bump here for skipper Mazakami. This Bearcat squad so far on the year, 11 for 38 as a team on 50 plate appearances, as Bartlett finds himself in a strike. They also resulted in 11 runs. The batting order 1 through 5 this year are 6 for 16 in their at-bats. 7 through 10 is 5 for 22 with a 289 team batting average. Ontiveros slings it inside, and that's probably the fastest strike I've seen here so far today between the 3 pitchers. Ontiveros coming in deep there against Bartlett, as now he's pinch hitting for the 2-hole hitter, the freshman Cooper Winter. So little freshman for freshman swap there for the first-year player Bartlett. Good eye there for Bartlett here in the top of the 3rd to make it a 1-2 count. Right here, the Bearcats can find themselves very good if they can just come out and get some runs here. I'd like 5 or 6 runs to get right back in this ball game. And Bartlett's going to get sitting there from Ontiveros to get the 3rd started. You know, this Bearcat squad, they got some good hitters at the top of the lineup. And I'm just looking here from 1 through 3. They have sat down the Bearcats 4 times via strikeouts in 5 plate appearances. 14-2 is the score. Up next is going to be Blake O'Gean, the Honey transfer. Played for the Bearcats last year. Very good defensive catcher. Blake O'Gean is the sophomore. O'Gean in the 45 jersey last year. This year, the 34 jersey after the senior Bo Keeler graduated. 1-1 count here for Mr. Blake O'Gean. One's all over the place here for Blake O'Gean. A nice little sweep across the plate to make it a 12 count for Blake O'Gean. Last time up, he found himself in the right-hand batter box. Got a struck out there. Now in the top of the third. Trying not to do the same now, but with a 22 count with 1 out. Up next will be Owen Doherty, arguably the best hitter here so far for the Bearcats here so far today.
Foul ball.
A little foul ball there. As the Beakies would say, staying alive. That's what Blake O'Gean's doing right here in this count with a 22 count. And he gets sat down there that time off a swing and a miss. Up next is going to be Owen Doherty. Last time up for the senior, 1 RBI double. Skipper Brad Doherty trusting the senior Owen Doherty in the cleanup spot here so far this year. In all 3 games, he has started there batting 4th. Two outs here. Ontiveros trying to get 3 strikeouts and 3 outs here in this sequence of the top of the third. 14-2, Owen Doherty up here for the Bearcats, the senior. He's going to rip it there to make it another strike and a foul ball.
Foul ball.
Mason Real, the 5-hole hitter, will be up next here for the Bearcats. Real got plunked last time as he hit the plate. That's going to go high right above that Under Armour logo of the helmet of Owen Doherty. 22 count, 2 outs here for Owen Doherty. Ontiveros now working considerably deep into the ball game, obviously being a 7-inning ball game, still working into the 3rd inning. Slinging a foul ball there that time. Lots of damage on the top of that concession stand here so far today. Hopefully Sierra Grande don't get a deep hailstorm, because between if they got hail and some foul balls hit there, that thing would be dinged up pretty big. And talking about a ding, Owen Doherty and a dribbler there. Owen Doherty's going to find himself with a single there.
Nice hit by Owen. Gets some outfield single. Up to bat, Mason Riddle.
So, I mean, Owen Doherty has been as good as you can get here for the Bearcats so far in this game. A 1 RBI double in the top of the first, and now in the top of the third, has a single, and now possibly one of the Bearcats' best hitters, or overall players even, Mason Riddle up next here, trying to bring the senior Owen Doherty home. Riddle draws a ball there that time versus Ontiveros, the pitcher. Little dribbler there for Mason Riddle. Let's see if he can beat it out there on the fielder's choice. And smooth as water, Ontiveros slings it to the first baseman, and an out off the fielder's choice. We're heading to the bottom of the third, 14-2. Sierra Grande up 12. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Liam Doherty still in the ball game for the Bearcats. Went 1/3 there after the appearance from Mason Riddle. Led up 2 runs, 2 hits. Got that out via a little tag out there off the cutoff to Will Doherty.
To bat from the Panthers 12, Gene Allert.
Gene Allert now for the Panthers in a little switch. Allard gets a strike there from Liam Doherty. Swing inside, another strike there for Liam Doherty. Dribbler there. They're going to call it a foul ball there for Allard. Gene Allard gets struck out there by Liam Doherty. Big strike out there for Liam Doherty.
Up to bat, number 27, Esteban Gonzalez.
Esteban Gonzalez here as the Panthers get some of their younger guys in now. Doherty slings it and right across the plate in a swinging strike. Cowboy Davis on the hot corner now for the Bearcats, substituting Tate Baker. Also Kate Brown in deep right. Little dribbler there to Cowboy Davis. That's going to be a foul ball.
Foul ball.
Another strike there for Doherty, and a nice inning here for the Bearcats as he sits Gonzalez.
Up to bat for the Panthers, number 0, Brian Tejarina.
Brian Terhina now the senior, originally a varsity starter for this squad for the Panthers. He's a .647 batting average with 8 RBIs. Sling inside and a ball there, 11 count for Liam Doherty. So the 5 through 7 got changed up. Martinez hits the bench. Allert subbed in. Roybal hit the bench for Gonzalez to come in. Now Pettigrew hit the bench now for Terry Hanna to come in now. 1-2 count, and if Doherty can get here with the strikeout, this is one of the cleanest innings defensively for the Bearcats this year. That's going to sling a pop up from Will Doherty and an out. Nice clean inning there. Nice relieving there from Liam Doherty. 14-2 remains your score. We're heading to the top of the 4th, ladies and gentlemen.
Got some new players in for the Panthers. We got number
Ontiveros remains as the pitcher for the Panthers. I just want to give a big shout out there to Liam Doherty there in that inning. Having a very nice relieving appearance, as he has now 1 1/3, 2 hits, given up 2 runs, but 2 strikeouts. Those coming via of that inning to make it a 14-2 ball game still. But there's been 3 innings now, and no new scoring changes after Doherty gave up 2 runs after Riddle left the game in a 12-2 contest. Up next for the Bearcats, it's going to be Cowboy Davis getting his first look of the day. Looks like he will be the substitute for Tate Baker. Ball's in, coming down, and we're going to be right back here. Top of the 4th, Brock Bernelli here on the call here from Sierra Grande. Wesley Hunter in the outfield cam, Mackenzie Riddle here behind the dish.
Up to bat, number 22.
Cowboy Davis up next here for the Bearcats. Liked what I've seen so far from the junior so far this year, and he wears that pitch very nicely. Kind of shocked I did not see Cowboy Davis in the starting lineup for the Bearcats. Had 5 at-bats last week with 5 plate appearances, went 2 for 5 with the 1 RBI with a .400 batting average. He's 4th on the team in batting average. Like to see Cowboy Davis now inserted into the Bearcats lineup. Brock Doherty remains in the game here. And Cowboy Davis is going to come in running away like a runaway freight train and in a second. Nice awareness there for Cowboy Davis to find Brad Doherty's Bearcats here with a runner in scoring position. Here comes Brock Doherty, last time up for the Bearcats. Had a double, and then eventually a run there brought in by his younger brother, Will Doherty. 20 count here for Brock Doherty. Like what I'm seeing down the stretch here between the 6 through 9 hole for the Bearcats. I mean, Tate Baker doing a great job defensively so far in this ball game. Fortunately, did strike out on his at-bat earlier. Cowboy Davis substituted him and got on by a hit by pitch. Doherty with a double and an RBI single for Will Doherty. And then Jonah Mendez still expected to be that 9-hole hitter possibly for the Bearcats. Nice little cheddar there for Montiveros. Gets Doherty swinging. Big shout to Brock Doherty, a Gorey Scholarship receiver. He will be taking his academic talents to Duke University later this fall. Hits the rocks there. 22 count here for Brock Doherty, the senior. Zero outs for number 19, Brock Doherty. Guys haven't known already, we'll be heading down late May, early June to Kansas for the Kansas versus Colorado 6-man All-Star games. Brock Doherty, the recipient of that as well as he gets struck out. We'll have that all on the SRSN. We'll have player interviews, coverage of practices, and all exclusive on the SRSN down in Kansas later this summer. We got a baseball game, though, here to play today. 1 out. Cowboy Davis on second, and Will Doherty finds an alley. And here comes Will Doherty, ball still in the outfield. And here comes Cowboy Davis. And an RBI double there for Will Doherty. And Cowboy Davis coming home for the Bearcats. You know, this Bearcat squad, they're called the Bearcats, but they may want to try to call themselves the Alley Cats here because they have found and hit balls deep into the alley here so far today. Ontiveros slings it. Cade Brown up, the senior. Substituting for Mr. Jonah Mendez. Mendez struck out in his plate appearance. Sling and another strike there from Ontiveros, delivering it to Cade Brown. Brown, 5 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 0 for 4 on the year, 0 RBIs with a 0 batting average. First at-bat this year was a 6-4 fielder's choice from the shortstop to second base of Levita, and Cade Brown strikes out there that time. Back to the top of the lineup here in the top of the 4th. Liam Doherty up for the Bearcats. He has struck out both times here today in his at-bat plate appearances. 2 outs now. And Doherty takes a nice cut there that time. Unfortunately, getting a strike there on the scoreboard. 14-3, Bearcats find themselves down 11. Will Doherty on second. 1-1 count now, and this is time where you possibly might see the Bearcats send Will Doherty. I mean, keep being aggressive. Let's see if third baseman coach Chet Adams sends him. One count with 2 outs. Good eye there from Liam Doherty to make it a 21 count. .21 count here for Liam Doherty. Ontiveros keeping Will Doherty on his toes. I see Liam Doherty cousins, both in that sophomore class at Branson School. Ontiveros here on the windup. That's going to be a strike. It went high and then eventually landed low. A nice little frame there by Martinez. Comes Ontiveros, 2's all over. And now Ontiveros with the payoff pitch. This could be huge here for the Bearcats. Up next will be Akoya Bartlett. If Liam Doherty can get on base on some shape or fashion. And Liam Doherty's going to do just that. And Akoya Bartlett's going to be up next. Akoya Bartlett getting his first looks, a freshman. We'll have a mound visit here and be right back here from Sierra Grande.
catcher.
New pitcher in the game for the Panthers, Mizokami.
Ontiveros.
4.38 ERA, 1-0 in 3 appearances this year. Nahura going to be the new catcher in the ballgame. And Mizokami did a very good job of catching in the ballgame. Nice little frames there for Mizokami, and now he finds himself as the one guy at pitcher. Ontiveros went 3 2/3 here from Sierra Grande. Surrendered 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, but the big story was 9 strikeouts against the Bearcats. Koya Bartlett up next here for the Bearcats, a freshman. 14-3 is your score here from Sierra Grande. Koya Bartlett now up here for the Bearcats in the 25 jersey. Bartlett struck out last time in the 3rd. Now finds himself in the top of the 4th versus Mizokami. And here comes Will Doherty, and here comes Liam Doherty, going to slide into cruise control to 2nd and 3rd base. Mizokami, just watching him pitch off of Max Preps there, those videos. He's a high velocity thrower. He's going to attack the strike zone. He's a very good pitcher. That's going to be a little dribbler there for the freshman. Goes through the legs of the second baseman. And here comes a runner. Liam Doherty off the tag. It's safe. Slides in to make it a 2 RBI single as I get fluttered with some dust there off the slide of Liam Doherty. 5-4 now your score. 5-14, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies.
Blake Logan up to bat for the Bearcats.
Blake Ogeen up next now. Three RBI single there for Akoya Bartlett. Now Blake Ogeen up. That's going to go past the runner. Akoya Bartlett can't get up in time to swipe the bag. Like the idea of using Bartlett. I think he could be one of the centerpieces down the stretch for the Bearcats. And here comes Bartlett. And a swing there for Ogeen. Hits the 300 mark. Chet Adams says, let's keep running. Bearcats running the tables now with the Panthers. And a 1 RBI double for the catcher behind the dish, Blake Ogeen. Up next, Owen Doherty. And if you're skipper Brad Doherty, you like seeing Owen Doherty here up to bat for the Bearcats, being 2 for 2 so far in the ballgame. Ogeen on second, and a little dribbler. Let's see if Owen Doherty can beat it out on the fielder's choice. And a good job there from the Bearcats. Ogeen staying home. That's what you're going to get out of a smart baseball player. A lot of these younger guys would run to third, but Blake Ogeen knew he had to stay at home at second base. Off of the fielder's choice, Tia Harna, Owen Doherty beats it out for a single. 3 for 3 on the day. Mason Riddle up next here. Hit by pitch and a fielder's choice last time. And Mason Riddle's going to rip it. Hits the warning track off the worm burner. And here comes Blake Ogeen. Great job by Mason Riddle bringing his buddy home, Blake Ogeen.
Cowboy Davis up to bat.
One RBI single now, and Cowboy Davis up. He started the fortunes for the Bearcats here at the start of the inning, getting hit by a pitch, and now it's 14-7. Bearcats now 5 runs in the top of the 4th. Gotta love what you're seeing from the Bearcats with 2 ducks on the pond now. Mizukami looks at the runner at second. Davis is going to rip it. That's going to be a foul ball there. Hit the plate and bounced into fair play. Bearcats finding themselves some fortunes now with Mason Riddle in the 10 jersey at first and Owen Doherty at second. Here comes Davis in the 6 hole here for the Bearcats. Tharbaugh swinging, goes a pass ball, and Owen Doherty's going to slide in the 3rd with Mason Riddle to second. Top of the 4th now, 21 count. Cowboy Davis substituted for Tate Baker. Got on base via hit by pitch last time to kind of start this rally for the Bearcats. And a swing and a miss there for number 22, Colton Cowboy Davis. 2-2 count for number 22. Mizukami, number 5, to throw it inside. Davis rips it in a foul. A very aggressive pitcher versus an aggressive hitter right now between Mizukami and Davis. As the third base coach, Chet Adams, misses the little dribbler there from Davis. Mizukami in the full windup here. Throws it, and Davis takes a 32 count now to have a payoff pitch. 14-7. Davis thought that was ball 4. Unfortunately for him, just 3 balls. Slings it inside and a ball. And here comes running and gunning Owen Doherty, slings it. And Mason Riddle, standalone third base. And that's going to be considered a walk RBI by Colton Cowboy Davis. Bringing home the senior, Owen Doherty. Up next is Brock Doherty. Double and a strikeout. Mizukami now finds himself with runners on both sides. And I'd like to see the Bearcats send the runners here this time. That's going to be a worm burner. Hits the shortstop, a dribbler to second, and he's out. So we find ourselves now in the bottom of the 4th. Still an RBI off the fielder's choice there from Doherty. 14-9. Bearcats now find themselves only down 5.
Brings the score 14-9.
You live your life on your phone, so why not use your phone to finance your home? Introducing iLend, Express Mortgage from the First National Bank in Trinidad. iLend makes it easy to apply for a mortgage online. You can be pre-approved in as little as 8 minutes by simply filling out the fields on your phone, tablet, or computer. It's that easy and that fast. iLend from the First National Bank in Trinidad, equal housing lender and member FDIC. Visit fnbtrinidad.com to apply today.
Welcome back from Sierra Grande. Liam Doherty still on the bump for the Bearcats. 14-9. This game kind of changing the tables late. Bearcats making a late run here. They have another clean inning from Liam Doherty. What they produced there in that last inning, producing, ladies and gentlemen, 7 runs. And that last inning, all started by a hit by pitch from Cowboy Davis, going around the batting lineup, all the way back down to the 8-hole hitter, Will Doherty, who will be up next for the Bearcats. When we go back to the top of the 5th, it'll be Will Doherty, Cade Brown, and Liam Doherty bearing any kind of changes. Liam Doherty still in the ball game here in the bottom of the fourth. 0 hits allowed, 0 runs, 2 strikeouts, and a pop fly out there from his cousin Will Doherty to have a clean inning last time. They're going to take off the run there last time for Brock Doherty and not call it an RBI. So now your score is going to be 14-8 instead of 14-9, saying that Doherty got tagged out there off of the first base scramble before that run was scored. So 14-8 is your score now. Bearcats down 6. Walk has so far got on base via an E7 and a strikeout last time against Mason Riddle. He will be up next, bearing any kind of changes, but it actually looks like they are going to make a change as Carlos Lopez is up last time. 2 for 2 so far in the game with an RBI. Looks like they're going to go with the junior Casados for Jaquez now at the 9 hole. Bottom of the fourth now. Doherty working on Lopez to make it now a 32 payoff pitch count. Lopez, 200 batting average and 9 PAs this year. And here comes Doherty. Doherty slings it inside, and that's going to be a walk.
Lopez draws the walk. Up to bat. Adrian Casados.
Up next, the junior Adrian Casados. Very talented ball player, honestly. A junior only playing in 3 games this year as Lopez going to go 2. And he's going to be safe, swipes a bag. Casados, obviously, 3 games played in varsity, 500 batting average, 4 RBIs with a triple. On the mound, an 8.75 ERA, 1-0 in 2 appearances on the varsity side of things. Now Casados' first at bat of the day makes it a 20 count with Lopez on second. Ontiveros going to be up next. They're not going to go a switch there that time. And a nice little strike there for Liam Doherty with a 21 count. Bottom 4 here for Liam Doherty. Nice relieving appearance so far. Casados gets some chance from the bench of the Panthers saying to take and wear that ball there that time. 31 count, 14-8 your score. And that's going to be a walk. So now, so far in this inning, 2 batters for Doherty and 2 walks. I expect them now, with 1 base to advance, they're going to send runners here. 10 count now for Liam Doherty. Ontiveros here in the 1 hole. 3 for 3 on the day. He has 2 singles and a triple. Slings it inside and a ball. That looked good from here for Liam Doherty. 3 RBIs so far today for Ontiveros. 20 count here. Goes high that time for Liam Doherty. Liam Doherty has went 1 1/3 here for the Bearcats here so far today. The windup, Liam Doherty throws it and gets a strike. As clean as it gets there for the 31 count for Liam Doherty. Be a dribbler and a foul ball hits the roof of the concession stand
Get that, JD. Bubblegum.
and rolls into the rocks. Sling inside and a nice little sling into the alley. Lopez going to wrap 3. Doherty loses it. That being Brock Doherty. We're going to call that an E8 on Brock Doherty as he dribbled it there off the little grounder into the center field line. Five RBIs for Ontiveros here so far today. The ball there, sling inside there against Mizukami, the pitcher. Bottom 4 here for the Bearcats. 0 outs for Liam Doherty. Runner on second. If they make it a 3-0 count, I fully expect them to give the batter the red light, but to give the man on second the green light to go to 3. Cowboy Davis playing 3 close. They're going to send a runner. Here comes Blake O'Geed. Throws it. He's going to be safe. Comes Mizukami 3-0. And he's going to draw a walk.
Number 14, Nahara up to bat.
Up next, Nahara here for the Panthers. Runners on both corners now. And here comes a runner and a strike.
Mizukami with the steal.
A little dribbler and a foul ball up there into the bullpen of Sierra Grande. Sling inside and a ball there. For Lana Nahara here to make the score 16-8 now. Doherty to sling and a dribbler. Runner going to stay at third there. That'd be an Ontiveros to make it a 22. .22 count now, and Liam Doherty gets a strikeout there against Rolando Nahara.
Up to bat, number 2, Derek Martinez.
Up next, Derek Martinez. 2 walks and a ground now in the ballgame. Back to the outfield cam. Sorry if you see the little charging thing on there. Something in the settings. Mr. Wesley Hunter providing that camera angle there. Deep, call it right field actually, here from Sierra Grande. 1-0 count, 1 out here. Liam Doherty sat the last batter. Runners on second and third. Got Cowboy Davis at third base. Blake O'Geed behind the dish. Will Doherty at second. Can't quite see who there is on second. I believe that is Okoye Bartlett. That is Bartlett indeed. First baseman, Mason Riddle. Right field, you got Cade Brown. Deep center, you got the talented athlete in Brock Doherty. In left field, the man who has had a great day at the plate, Mr. Owen Doherty. Dribbler up in the air. Let's see if Liam Doherty can get it. He does. Nice little pop fly out by Liam Doherty.
Nice catch by Liam. Up to bat, number 10,
Martinez up next. There's going to be a runner home there that time. Ontiveros comes in. 1-0 count, 2 outs, 17-8's the score. Jane Martinez up here. Martinez a 5-hole hitter. 1 for 3 on the day. Getting on base via a 2 RBI double. (17-8) is the score. Liam Doherty slinging inside, dribbler. Here comes Mizukami, and another run with blazing speed. 18-8 now is the score. Liam Doherty has led up 6 runs in 2 innings pitched. And that's going to be a foul ball there. Almost hits the PA announcer's booth.
Foul ball in the middle of the football field for some bubblegum.
21 count. Slings it inside and a ball there. Here comes Liam Doherty on the 2-1 with 2 outs. Slings it inside, going to be a 3-1.
Martinez with the steal.
Martinez gets a steal there that time. That being versus Gonzalez. 0-1 count now. 18-8's the score. Slinging inside, and here comes a runner. O'Gean's going to sling it inside Davis. You know, honestly, I liked what I seen from both men at the hot corner today between Tate Baker and Cowboy Davis. You know, you obviously saw earlier in the game, Tate Baker had that nice little tag that should have been foul. And then, obviously, Davis really hasn't let nothing pass him now with the 1-2 count. Dribbler there. 3 strike and a strikeout. I believe they're going to call it there. See what they call it there. The ump says get back, Gonzalez. It was not a strikeout. So 1-2 count, a foul ball. A nice little scorcher there for Gonzalez. 1 comes home. Gonzalez going to stay at single. And all that ball from Gonzalez saw that time was green grass and blue skies there that time. Tiaherna sends it to Brock Doherty. Doherty to catch it. Snow cone catch.
Nice catch.
Brock Doherty 19-8 as he gets a little shoulder bump from Akoya Bartlett. We're heading to the top of the 5th. Bearcats down 11. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as Matthew McConaughey would say, all right, we are back. 19-8's the score. Sierra Grande up 11. Top of the 5th, Mizokami still on the bump for Sierra Grande. Liam Doherty got himself out of a jam there that time. So far, 2 1/3, 7 runs, 3 strikeouts. Has given up 2 walks. Up next now for the Bearcats, the sophomore, Mr. Will Doherty, wearing that 4 jersey. That Duke Snyder, number 4 Dodgers. Number 4, longtime player for the Dodgers, Duke Snyder. Wore that 4 jersey for the Brooklyn, Los Angeles Dodgers for many years in the late 50s, early 60s. Will Doherty, the 8-hole here, 2 for 2 on the day. 1 single, 1 double here for Will Doherty. Mizokami here on the 2-0. Slings it inside to make it a 30 count here. If I'm Will Doherty, I'm keeping still unless I get one right down the pipe. 30 count here for Coach Brad Doherty's Bearcats and his son Will Doherty. And he's going to take a base there to make it 4 balls to go to first base. Up next, Mr. Cade Brown here. 1 at bat, 1 plate appearance here today so far, 0 for 1. Got out there with a strikeout. Went high and then low there for Mizokami as he climbs the ladder. 19-8, 0 outs, 0-1 count here for Cade Brown in the 32 jersey. And here comes a runner. Will Doherty going to swipe another bag, and they're going to call it a strike there off the swing and let Doherty advance to second. Big shout out to all the camera people here today. Mr. Wesley Hunter there on that cam. And West Texas college student Mackenzie Riddle on the cam behind the dish. 1-2 count. Brock Brunelli here on the call. Played a little baseball myself last year for the Bearcats. Not too good, but hey, I played. 2-2 count now here for Cade Brown. And that's going to be a strike there, very high as that ball climbed the ladder there for Mizokami, and a strikeout. Liam Doherty up next here in the top of the 5th. Liam Doherty so far on the day, 3 plate appearances, 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. Gone base there in the top of the 4th via double B to make it a walk. And Will Doherty's going to be safe. It says, can I get time there? Bearcat fans, a lot of them may have just had a heart attack on that one. That was a close call there for the man on second. And here comes Will Doherty. Trying to get tagged out. Doherty slides. Ball falls and goes into the outfield, deep into left field, and Doherty finds himself on the hot corner. Now here comes Liam Doherty trying to bring his cousin Will Doherty home. Up next will be Akoya Bartlett. Last time had a 3 RBI single. Dribbler goes past Mizukami, fielder's choice, and a runner's going to come home. And Will Doherty comes home to make the score now 19-9. Koya Bartlett now up 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out there the first time. Now with the 3 RBI single in the top of the 4th, now finds himself in the top of the 5th with no runners on to make it now 0-1 count with 2 outs so far for Mizukami. Sling inside and another strike. It went low after it going high. 0-2 count, 2's all over now for Akoya Bartlett. Like Bartlett to be a little more aggressive here. That's what got him on base last time, and he's going to do just that. That's a worm burner into center field. And another single, have a day, Akoya Bartlett. Up next, Blake O'Gean. Got up last time with a 1 RBI double. He's 1 for 3 so far in today's contest. Those outs coming via strikeouts. Blake O'Gean 2 for 4 on the year with 1 RBI. It was an RBI double versus Levita in the top of the 2nd last week. 1-0 count, 2 outs here. Akoya Bartlett, the only man on a base. Bartlett's got speed. I'd like to see him still, and he's just going to go. Ball gets thrown to first. Dribbler, and tagged out to Akoya Bartlett. 19-9, we're heading to the bottom of the 5th. Sierra Grande up next to bat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to call it a ball game now with a 10-run rule. We're going to hit some commercials, final scoring, and all that good stuff in your player of the game coming up next from Sierra Grande. Stay tight with us, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Final from Sierra Grande, 19-9. Do a little recap here for your post-game show report brought to you by First National Bank in Trinidad. Sierra Grande wins this ball game 19-9 after going 5 innings. Get a little recap here. Ontiveros got the start on the bump for Sierra Grande, went 3 2/3. 4 hits given up, 3 runs, 1 walk, but a dominating 9 strikeouts. The other man for the Sierra Grande here, Mizokami, went 1 1/3 in his relief appearance. 5 hits given up, 6 runs, 2 walks, but 2 strikeouts versus Bearcats hitters. For the Bearcats, I got Mason Riddle getting the start. 1 2/3, 9 hits given up, 12 runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Last outing, he gave up 0 walks, this time 3. Liam Doherty eventually came in for him, went 2 1/3, allowed 4 hits, 7 runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. But honestly, a very good outing for Liam Doherty. I like what I saw. He attacked the strike zone. Batting-wise for Sierra Grande, it was the Brian Ontiveros show here today. 5 RBIs. He eventually went 3 for 3 here today. Mizokami, though, he also had a nice little ball game himself. Went 2 for 3 there with 1 RBI. Got on base via a walk also. And then eventually he got off of a fielder's choice there in the top of the first to second match through the batting lineup against Mason Riddle. Just going back down to my scoring book here. I also liked what I seen from Lopez. He went 2 for 2 today. Drew a walk, had a nice day there. He ends the ball game with an RBI. Mason Riddle heads to 0-2 on the season in 2 starts for the Bearcats. If you're going to go with your First National Bank player of the game from Trinidad, I would have to say it is going to go to Ontiveros, the senior. Got it done. A little recap for you guys what he did today. He went 3 for 3, 5 RBIs, got 2 RBIs off that little E8 by Brock Doherty deep into center field. Had a nice game. Got the start on the bump, going 3 2/3 with 4 hits. Only 3 runs allowed when he left the game. 1 walk against Bearcats hitters, but obviously 11 outs he had to get, and 9 of those were strikeouts. So great job there for Brian Ontiveros. You are the First National Bank of Trinidad player of the game. That's going to wrap it up. More baseball coming up later on this year. 19-9 is the final. We all see you at the next ball game. Peace, love, and chicken grease, and most importantly of all, ladies and gentlemen, God bless.